Welcome to Ask Sara with Sara Wiseman, where you'll learn how to awaken your divine soul and open your human heart. Sit back, relax, and get ready to laugh and learn. Here's Sara.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ask Sara with Sara Wiseman. So happy to be with you here on this first day in May 2018. You know, there's a lot of traditions around May 1st. Some are political, some are historical. But what I remember growing up as a kid, kind of around, I guess, University District area, sort of that general area, I remember we would make these May baskets out of construction paper, and then we would fill them with little dandelions and other little flowers that we picked, you know, along the parking strips. And then we would go take these to, at first when we were really little, we'd take them over to the neighbors, give them a May basket, and then we were a little bit older, we would roam around the neighborhood and hide them present them to each other, you know, all the neighborhood kids, you know, the girls. I'm thinking that was more the tradition, the idea of giving someone the little May basket as this sort of celebration or small gift of, you know, the flowers are coming up and everything is greening up and we're beginning to start and turn into the new season. A lot of you guys received my newsletter about a Scorpio full moon that we just had a couple days ago. And then this very, very interesting May 15th, Uranus goes into Taurus, first time in 84 years. So that's 1934. And Uranus changes signs every 7 years. So very, very interesting. A lot of folks are saying, you know, this is this tremendously big shift. 1934, of course, there were some pretty bad dudes running around historically, politically. It was a pretty rough time. However, this idea that we do not necessarily repeat history in the same way because we are always evolving as souls. We are not here to just do the same thing over and over. And so the other idea, the more hopeful idea, is that we're moving into Taurus, which is the sign of stability and security and beauty and the body and the earth and all those stabilized earthy things that go with that sign. So we're going to be talking about this as we near that. It's really a gigantic planetary shift, a big deal shift, May 15th. We're going to see what happens, which perhaps it'll be a bit of both, which is kind of how life seems to be. There's always the good with the bad and the bad with the good. It's always this balance, this shadow and light continually coming forward. Alrighty, today is Free Readings Tuesday, which means you can call in to 888-298-5569, 888-298-5569. Call in. I'm happy to take a look at whatever's going on with you in your life, whatever you'd like to look into or chat about or comment about or share about. I'm very, very open. This is spiritual community, on the air spiritual community. So all you guys listening later, this is your place to ask questions. Feel free to email me. This is your place to explore this kind of new spirituality that so many of us are engaged in, this sort of direct connection with the universe. No middleman, no guru, no priest, no rabbi, no middleman required, because we have the ability to connect directly to the universe and be guided in that way. Really a new way of looking at our association or our relationship to the ineffable. Today we're talking about a couple of things. We've been here many times before, this idea of reincarnation and coming into lifetimes again and again and again as infinite souls. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're also going to talk about, does meditation change you? How does it change you? We're going to talk a little bit about that. Housekeeping, let's see. Alrighty, so Seattle, I am going to be at East West Books on Roosevelt area, May 18th and 19th. The 18th, I'm doing a free lecture and a little bit of music and a book signing. And on Saturday, the 19th, I'm doing a workshop, an intensive. So go to eastwestbookshop.com and you can sign up there. You do need to reserve your spot, even if for the free event. So make sure you do that. You can also go to my website, sarawiseman.com, and read more about that. And then I don't think too many of you guys are in the airstreams of Portland, but I'm also coming to Portland in May 26th, also doing a workshop at New Renaissance. So go to the website, sarawiseman.com, and check that out. I don't travel a lot. I haven't traveled for a lot of years, but I'm doing a book tour for my new book, Messages for the Divine, Wisdom for the Seeker Soul. I'm also doing a very extensive radio tour, and you're probably going to hear me have my voice get a little sore as I think I'm doing 30 radio shows in the next month or so. So there's a lot of stuff, and I'm going to put those all. There's some really cool ones I did recently. Big Seance podcast with Patrick Keller, who's just an amazing paranormal podcaster, and we had a lot of fun. You can look at the website, it's up there. I posted that. I'm going to post some of the big highlights where it's just there's some really cool personalities out there, and I'm really happy to be talking with them. Alrighty, let's close our eyes for a moment, and then we're going to get to the phones. Again, free readings Tuesday, 888-298-5569, 888-298-5969. Lines are open, so if you call in right now, you will get a spot. And let's just close our eyes for a moment. I want to talk about this idea, does meditation actually change us? I want you to close your eyes. If you're in a place you can do that. And if you can or can't, just go ahead and do some breathing. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And if you want, you can keep going to the full count of 10. And what you're going to find, whether you are able to close your eyes or not, is that this deep body calm begins to come over you when you are breathing in this way. And also this deep, I'm going to call it like a floaty feeling. A floaty, relaxed feeling, so that you're not so much connected to your brain chatter. For just a brief moment, you were not connected to your brain chatter when you were closing your eyes and doing that breathing. All the thought looping that we normally have disappeared for just a brief moment. Now, if you do choose to do that breathing, and the style I do is in through the nose, out through the mouth, with a little bit of a pause in through the nose. Take that little bit of a pause and then out through the mouth. That style of breathing will create a physiological shift in your hormones. It actually goes into the chemical system of the body and begins to change things. It begins to relax things. And this allows different hormones, the different nervous system, parasympathetic is activated as opposed to the more brain-oriented adrenalized system that we're normally running on. When you do this, you change your physiology just for a moment. But if you start to do this little bit of breathing and eyes closing and relaxing, start of meditation, you begin to change your physiology a little bit, and then you start to change it. If you're doing it as a practice, you start to change it a little bit all the time. And then very quickly, very, very quickly, you start to become entrained into this state of deep relaxation so that you can go there at will. You don't even have to close your eyes. You don't even have to take the breath, actually. You can just remember that state of being and relax. And in this state of relaxation, you're very expanded. You're very aware of the now moment as opposed to the mind chatter, etc. And it just becomes a different perspective of you're starting to live from a little bit different paradigm. Now, if you do meditation, and I'm not talking about a specific sitting meditation or meditating for multiple hours a day, I'm just talking about this little thing. If you do this over time, a lot of the meditation techniques I teach, the intuitive gathering, we're only in there for maybe 5 or 10 minutes per question when we're looking at something. You begin to do this, and slowly but surely, your understanding begins to change because you're in this expanded, relaxed state. You're in a moment of nowness. And again, you are taken out of that mind chatter. And you're connecting into something much, much bigger. The more you connect, the more connected you become. The more you connect, the more expanded you become. The more expanded you become, the more you understand. And slowly, 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 and sometimes for many people, it's actually quickly, over time, with just this few minute thing of just connecting in with the breath, with the eyes closed, the deep relaxation, the deep expansion, little bit, every now and then when you remember, and then you entrain to that state, and then you find your life begins to start changing because you're no longer being run by the ego or the brain chatter or those little afraid voices in your head. You're running from the deeper place. You're running from your soul. It's the wording I would use. Life changes when you shift paradigms like this, and it just starts in this simple, simple way. Alrighty, so one more deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And we are going to go to the phones. And first up, we have JJ calling from Florida. JJ, welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you doing, and what can I help you out with today?
I am good. I'm very good. I'm looking for some direction in careers. I find that I'm all over the place at times.
Mm-hmm. Give me a couple of the, let's say, I think I'd like to have 3 choices of what you're looking at, just very briefly. What are your 3 main ideas at this moment?
Well, do I go into consultant? Do I remain coaching, or do I go to a full-time position?
And what was the second one again? That kind of popped out a little bit.
A consulting and coaching. like going out on
Consulting.
my own.
Okay.
So becoming an entrepreneur or going back into the corporate headquarters.
Okay. When you think about becoming an entrepreneur, are you filled with deep joy and excitement, or is it somewhat terrifying for you?
But not terrifying, but uncertainty.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
how
and I guess
what
the
I'm sensing,
uncertainty is fear, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm sensing. What I'm sensing for you is that there's, some people are very comfortable with risk. They're almost like gambler style personalities, and other people, have more discomfort with that risk level. And it feels like right now you have a lot of discomfort with. It's like a part of you has a lot of discomfort with the risk, and a part of you is like, I can do this. And so you're sort of weighing those two. What I'm seeing is that you wouldn't like going to corporate is more like a step backwards or a step into a past that you've already moved through. And so the task is to, how can you get more comfortable with, I have absolutely no doubts that the entrepreneur, the consulting and the coaching is going to be successful for you. But there's this, the picture that's coming up is, when people have to walk on the beds of fire, you have to summon your courage to make the first steps. And so what I'm going to suggest, what I did when I was years and years ago is I worked with some mentors. There were some, like in town here, there was some kind of small business mentoring that was for business people. And it really, really helped to have somebody to kind of check in with at the beginning. And it just made me realize that the fears were all in my head. They weren't really real. They were, So maybe look for, what part of Florida are you in?
In the West Palm Beach area.
Yeah, so I'm certain that there's going to be some mentoring. I can't remember what it was called. It was like small business support or something.
Okay.
Might not be related to like your particular field, because I think you're going to do things not so mainstream, but it doesn't matter. It's all ways of connecting and finding people to, talk with about the nitty gritty. How do I do this? How do I do that? I just think that one little step is it's going to send those fears out. You're going to realize like, this is not a big deal. I have everything I need to do this. So when were you thinking of beginning this?
Immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's been a few months since I have not been working in corporate. So I'm thinking of, do I do it now? Do I wait? Do I go back? But you know what? You're right, because corporate going back would be a step backwards for me.
Yeah, you've done that. I mean, It's not that is a bad thing. It's just that when you're done with that, then you're ready to try something different. And for you, it would just be like kind of like a waste of time for you to go back to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You just confirmed a lot of my feelings.
Yeah.
So that was very helpful.
And being an entrepreneur, I look at it as it's an exciting. My mindset is that it's fun to not know what's going to work or what's not going to work. It's fun. It's kind of thrilling. Like, it's like, how can I, can this work? Can that work? I don't know. I'll just try. I take a very positive, optimistic view, and you get really used to failing a lot, and then failing becomes not a big deal. It's like, that didn't work. That was an epic failure. So what's next? So kind of enjoy. It's not such a, it's really not so serious as you're thinking. It's actually enjoyable. So
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for calling in, JJ. Appreciate your time.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, mostly when we're ready to change or start something new, it's always the fear. But if we look at this idea, we're infinite souls, right? Yet, we mess up this lifetime. Okay, we have next lifetime. We still want to try, but we don't have to have this serious, I'm going to fail. It's going to be terrible. It's like, that's just old mind chatter. We can let go of that stuff. We don't need to be in that fear game anymore. Alrighty, let us go to the phones, and we have, I believe it's Raimi in Kansas City. Welcome to the program.
Well, thank you. How are you today?
Fine. Am I saying your name right, Raimi?
Yeah,
is that correct?
Raimi. Yeah. Thanks.
Nice. That's a cool name. Well, what is on your mind, and how can I help you out?
Well, your last caller kind of answered a lot of it. I'm at, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to create something new, and I want to make a lot of money. And I'm just going to go out there and try it. I'm a risk taker. So I don't even know if I have a question anymore. Let's see. Because listening to you tell... Yeah, go ahead, please.
I have a question for you. What do you think will happen if you make a lot of money? What's the goal there? What's that about for you?
Well, for me, I want to get out of debt. I have a credit card debt that weighs on me, and I'd like to pay that off. Thank God it's not drastically huge, but I would start with that.
And then once that work was accomplished, then what?
I would like to create a travel spiritual company and like to take a trip there first and look at it myself and kind of build up on what I think I'm thinking. And
so,
yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess the only piece, I agree. You're a risk taker. This seems like fun to you. You don't have a lot of limitations in your thinking as to how far you could take it or how far you would want to go. Like, you're very free that way, I think.
Yes.
But I would look at it. I don't know that money is a big enough goal for you, because that's going to happen. But it feels like you need a bigger mission statement or a bigger intention. Money's going to be easy once you get going, and it's sort of like, so why are you doing it? What's the bigger call? The calling.
Well, the bigger call is I'm just in one more week. I have a final. I went back to I went to the university and relearned my mother's language, which is Croatian, Serbian, Bosnian. And and I have a final, and then I'm going to rest, because that was 2 years and it was really intense. And ultimately, I'd love to go find my relatives there. My parents are gone, and then start teaching them, because I'm a yoga teacher and meditation. Because I feel like the women need to change their thinking, because I had to, because all of us had to, to keep up with the shift in the world and Mother Earth, and I just think that's my higher calling, and that drives me. So that's what money can do.
So that's a way. So you were trying to personally connect with some ancestors, but also to elevate the evolution of women and all beings with the work you're doing. And that is something the universe can support. The universe is not so interested in paying off the credit card debt. The guides don't really care, but this idea of let's go elevate some women or a culture and show some new ideas. That's where you'll be supported. Well, good luck to you. And I think it's exciting work, and I'm happy that you're bringing that into the world. Well, Raimi, thank you for calling. We're going to go for a quick break, but appreciate your call. And everybody, you have been listening to Ask Sara with Sara Wiseman. You'll find me at sarawiseman.com, and we will be back in just a flash.
Dip your hand behind the moon and let me see your face. Sink your hand behind the sky. I wanna know your grace. I have seen 1,000 moons and I have searched the skies. What I know, what I seek is right here in your eyes. Baby, it's you. We're here at last. Night surrounds us. Mist falls around us like the dawn.
Are you an empath, intuitive, sensitive, or seeker who wants to learn more? Do you long to master the secrets of spiritual intuition for personal or professional growth? Would you like to work directly with Sara? Sign up now for Intuition University, Sara's year-long program in spiritual intuition, where you'll study with a supportive group of kindred souls, just like you. Classes start every semester. Learn how you can become a student of Intuition University at sarawiseman.com.
Find out the latest about your favorite shows on Alternative Talk 1150. Check out 1150kknw.com.
This time, baby, I wanna be your girl. Baby, it's you. We're here at last. Night surrounds us. Mist falls around us. Let the darkness be embraced. Let the darkness be...
Alrighty, welcome back to Ask Sara with Sara Wiseman. Reminding you guys, this May 18th, 19th, I'm in Seattle at East West Books, and May 26th, I'm in Portland at New Renaissance Books. So check out the website, sarawiseman.com. Would love to see you there. And reminding you also that you can get my new book, Messages from the Divine, if you haven't gotten that yet. There's also a free online seeker's guide. We have over 1,000 people signed up for that. It's an 11-week online course, totally free. Great. It's like a giant, big book study club or book club. It's an online book club for the book, and it's absolutely free. Go to sarawiseman.com, and you can sign up for that there. Let us go to the phones. Looks like we have Marcy calling from Oregon. Marcy, welcome. Thanks for waiting. What can I help you out with?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes.
Hi. Oh, I'm in the speaker still. Okay. Yeah, a friend of mine referred me to you. I'm calling from Oregon. I don't know if you remember Sara Leonard, facial lady. Anyway, she shared your information. I'm actually getting a facial from her, but I took a break. But my question is about, I'm going to start teaching a class here May 9th, and it's also about money and career advice and which way to go. I have trying to catch up with bills and keep everything balanced in my home, whether I should rent it out, things like that. And it's actually a meditation class. We start giving it in Dallas, Oregon. So I just wanted some advice on if this is the right direction, or not to put all my eggs in one basket.
And you're going to be teaching this class, is that right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
towards. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, what I'm seeing is I think that it's very interesting when we teach, we also learn. Like, we think, oh, I'm the teacher. What am I going to learn? And I find every time I teach, because I teach the group training, and every time we do our lesson together, I'm the one, I'm the one that learns from everyone else. So I think that I don't think you should make any decision for the next, I don't know if you can wait even a couple weeks. I don't know if you heard at the beginning of the show, but that May 15th is a really, really big shift, planetary shift. And I think it would be good to wait until then. But I think that you're going to be guided by a flurry of synchronicities that may have already started, but are about to start like very hardcore for you. So I would just allow the universe to put you into position. I think that there are some new things coming that maybe you haven't even considered yet, or that you don't know about, or that haven't been formed yet. It feels like you're just in that place where the universe is just about to take you by the hand and go, here, Marcy, here, Marcy, here, Marcy. And all these signs and signals are about to start. So just give yourself like 2 more weeks, and I think things will be pretty clear at that time. I don't feel like anything you've got yet is exactly the correct answer. So it feels like there's a little bit more to be revealed very soon. Does that make sense to you? Like I wouldn't go with anything. The plans you have now, it just feels like, no, that's, when you clear the table with your arm, it's like, no, that's not quite it. It's something different. So might be close to that, but just wait a little bit. Anyway, Marcy, thank you for calling in. And I hope you're enjoying all the pollen here in Oregon. I can hardly breathe. The trees are so green out here. It's just everything's popping out in this area that we live. So anyway, thanks for calling in. Thank you. Yeah. Marcy's in an interesting situation, and sometimes this happens. So I call this waiting for the universe to lead us, where sometimes we have these times where the synchronicities and the signs and the information is all just happening all at once when we're really actively being led. And then other times we have this state of more like not a lot's going on. We're more in a waiting period. So it's normal to have, like Marcy's in a little bit of a waiting period. She's about to enter into a highly synchronistic period that will lead her to the correct decision. And then we'll all have another waiting period. It's this continuous sort of wave of guidance and rest and guidance and rest. And there's nothing wrong with being in the rest phase. The rest phase is just a kind of an ordinary time where we kind of just, that chop wood, carry water. And then when we are in the synchronistic phase where you can tell, like I'm receiving so many signals and so forth all at once, those are times to really pay attention, let go of your brain, let go of your ego, and say, universe, it's very obvious you're guiding me somewhere. I'm going to follow those signs and synchronicities and be led to my next step. Just allowing the universe to lead you at all times. Okay, let us go to the phones, and we have Cheryl calling from Kent, Washington. Cheryl, welcome.
Hi.
Hi, what's on your mind today?
Well, it's sort of all in the same theme. I have applied for a promotion, and I wanted to kind of hear what you thought of that. And of course, that depends on whether they choose me as one of the people to interview.
That's so funny because that word promotion, it has 2 meanings. It has the meaning of you will be, kind of upgraded, but it also has the meaning of like you promote yourself or you promote an idea, that kind of thing. And there's something about that for you that's this idea of not being passive and not waiting for them to decide, but you deciding what you want. How are you feeling in terms of your personal power, like your ability to create this?
I have 2 thoughts on that. Fear has stopped me a lot as time has gone on, but if I wanted, I think I could get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a situation where if I were to take this position, I would be more comfortable for the next 6 to 9 years before I retire, versus what I'm doing now, which has some freedom but has physical difficulties with it.
So how would this, not considering the money part, because money's been a big conversation today on the show, which is kind of interesting to me. Like, I don't know why that is, but not considering the money or that part, but how would the position help you grow as a person? Like, what kinds of things would you grow into, do you think, in terms of your personal power?
Well, there'd be a lot of growing, because I would be in the office. I would be creating and maintaining the files and quality control, versus being out of the office. And it's a different skill set, which I have had in the past. But I would have to take control, and there's a lot of personalities. So
you'd have to be in charge, and you'd have to manage things, and you'd have to kind of get tougher. Does that sound right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that I don't think that this promotion is necessarily around getting more comfortable money-wise. I mean, that's nice, but I think it's really about it being a personal challenge that you're ready to take on to grow your personality. And it's almost like it's a training ground to become more stabilized in yourself, tougher, not tougher in a mean way, but just stronger, just to become a stronger person. And that's the true meaning of why I think this is kind of being dangled in front of you. It would be really beneficial for you to take on this personal challenge. It's almost like, people that run marathons and they feel I would never run a marathon, but for that kind of person, it's a really lovely challenge and they feel really good. This is a kind of a personal challenge that would be really, really exciting for you to take on, because you'd succeed. And that would be really, really enhancing for you. So begin to think about it in a stronger way. Like, begin to think about why you really want it, versus just passively waiting to see what they decide. I think that's going to shift things. What comes to mind?
That honestly is kind of the crux of it, because I keep talking myself in and out of it. And but I think that I do have some skills and some insights that would be beneficial to the position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that you're ready for it, and you will grow a lot. Now, and even if I think that this is going to be happening, but even if for some strange reason it weren't, you're ready to step into this personal power even more everywhere. So this is just the stage of your life that you're ready to be in charge. you're just like ready. You're just like in charge. So don't be afraid at all. Like, it's sort of like you're meant for this next part of yourself to show up. It's a really good thing. It's going to be very enjoyable to you to be able to express this part of yourself, not hide out anymore. So it's all good. Yeah. Well, Cheryl, thank you for calling.
Accurate.
Yeah, no more hiding out. Just go with gusto. Get out there, and you'll do fine. I need to take a quick break for the show, but thanks for calling in. Everybody, you've been listening. Yeah, you've been listening to Ask Sara with Sara Wiseman, and you can find me at sarawiseman.com, and we will be back in a moment.
Are you a seeker on the path of soul growth? Did you know that Sara Wiseman's new book, Messages from the Divine, Wisdom for the Seeker's Soul, comes with the free Seeker's Guide. This 11-week online course helps you dive deep into the teachings of Sara's new book, and it's Sara's gift to you. Get Messages from the Divine and your free Seeker's Guide now at sarawiseman.com.
Talk radio with a purpose. Alternative Talk 1150.
Everybody, welcome back to Ask Sara with Sara Wiseman. Very happy to be with you. So we've been talking a lot about money, which I find pretty interesting. I have a feeling that this Uranus moving into Taurus is already starting to kind of show up in people's minds. This Taurus, stability, money, finances, earth, groundedness, etc., etc. So here we are already, and this is what we're about to move into. A couple ideas. We talked a little bit about, does meditation change you? And yes, it does. It changes you over time. But we also were going to talk a little bit about, have we been here many times before? And I'm very curious as to this insecurity. We've talked to women today. There's this strength and there's this uncertainty. And I think that if we are to look at this idea more of, we're here for a soul's calling, that we have we've agreed to do this soul's contract. We've come in with an agreement of what we're here to do and learn and process through and move through. And I think that we can let go of the uncertainty, or we can certainly let go of the fear part of going forward. We've been through so many lifetimes. We have so much soul wisdom. We don't need to follow society's idea that we don't know what we're doing. We do know what we're doing. We do know what we're doing. Let us go to the phones. We have Jan calling from California. Jan, welcome.
Hello, Sara. How are you?
Very good, thank you. What can I help you out with today?
Yes, I'm signed up in your 33 Soul lesson, and I have a question for you about an upcoming surgery this Thursday. And even though it's a medical procedure, I thought maybe you could kind of lead or give me some guidance on. I'm trying to make a decision. I had cataract surgery on my left eye in January, on my right eye in February. And the doctor had told me that he thought I should get a multifocal contact lens. In the past, not contacts, I'm sorry, it's an IOL lens and placement. And so what happened is I got the one in my left eye was a monofocal, and then I was having problems seeing out of that, so I changed my mind and decided to get the multifocal lens in my right eye. And when I got this lens, I've had blurry vision. And so I went and talked to my doctor about exchanging the lens, and he said that I had done some research and had seen that monofocal lens works better for someone that has had LASIK surgery in the past. And also a monofocal lens works better for someone that has macular degeneration, which I have slight macular degeneration. So I'm feeling like I want to get this lens in placement, but it's been 2 months since the surgery. So there are some risks involved. So I guess I just wanted to see how you feel as far as your divine guidance, and maybe share something with me that could help me to get a clearer understanding of what would be the best thing for me to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't want to look specifically like this lens or that lens or any of that. My overall feeling is that it would be better to wait and to discuss with a different doctor, another specialist. But it feels like you're kind of hurtling down this path where, like, it didn't even really work that great. So why do it again? You don't. It just feels like you're rushing to get things done that perhaps don't need to be done. Now, everybody's got a different comfort level with surgery. I prefer to never ever have any surgeries ever, is my preference. So that's my personal view, but the guidance view is that it would be much better to wait and to kind of slow this whole thing down. Like, there's no reason to go forward. It's not that if you did it, I think everything would be okay, but it feels like there's another reason to slow things down. I don't understand, or it's feeling uncomfortable to me, the pace at which this is going, and also the idea of needing to talk really in depth with another or maybe two more people that are like super high level in this field and just see what they say. I think the eyes are too important to mess around with. You don't want to take any risks. And they've already, sounds like they've been through quite a bit with the various treatments or procedures that you've had. So no harm in slowing things down, waiting another couple months, talking, getting some more feedback. I think that would be a better course for you. Yeah. Well, Jan, thank you. And
oh, okay.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, with cataract surgery and lens replacement, you have to do it really quickly because otherwise the lens can adhere to your eye and the risk becomes. That's the reason. That's the only reason why I had to make a sooner than later decision.
So So then I think as quickly as you can, getting another opinion and just seeing what somebody else's options are would be the way to do it. Yeah.
Okay. I know this is a very complex question, but thank you very much for your input and feelings.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for being part of the 33 Lessons group. That's a really wonderful, wonderful group. Let us see if we've got time for one more caller. Yeah, it's great. No, I've really enjoyed. Jan's a part of the 33 lessons, and it's been ongoing for I think 33 weeks, and wonderful, wonderful community there. Alrighty, let us go and see if we can have one more caller. We've got Deborah calling from Oregon. Deborah, welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, what can I help you out with today?
Oh, I'm entertaining the idea of moving from Oregon to Montana to be closer to my daughter and my grandchildren, and also to get away from a son that just keeps going in the wrong direction.
Which part of Montana? Missoula, Billings, Kalispell?
Kalispell,
And what's your comfort level with the great snow? Great snow of Montana.
I know, that kind of scares me. I've lived in Alaska, so I know what I'm in for. It's just, I'm nearly 60 years old, and it might be something fun. I've been in Oregon for 25 years, and nothing great has, I can't say nothing great has happened, but I want to be closer to my grandchildren, I think.
Well, I think it's a great idea. I think you're correct that kind of like it feels like you're kind of in molasses here, like you're not, I guess, or you're walking through mud here. It's very slow. It feels like you're not in the right place to be anymore. like you've used it up or something. Whatever you were supposed to do here, you've completed. I don't think your issues with your son are going to solve by moving, but at least, I mean, I think the relationship's going to still be rocky. A move won't solve that, but a move will get you away from all of the interaction. It'll help you break away from that. That relationship needs a pretty complete break for a while. You just need a rest from him, like no contact style, or not getting into not like a restraining order, nothing like that, but you just need to say, hey, I need a break from you. Why don't we take a break for like 3 months and then we'll reconnect? But it's something's got to shift there, and having a full break is like the only way to do it. So I think moving is wonderful. I don't think there's more for you. It's just more of the same here. Whereas I think moving would create some new opportunities.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Sarah.
Is this Deborah that I? Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for calling in. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, go ahead. I think you're ready to move. I think you've done your duty here. You've done what you're supposed to do here, and you got to get a breather from your son, and let's have a new start. I think that's correct. It's time. Okay. It's time. Yeah. All thanks for calling, Deborah.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah. So everybody, we are going to be wrapping up the show for today. We're going to be back next Tuesday. And I do want to remind you, go get that free Seeker's Guide. Go to sarawiseman.com. You can get it right there, right on that front page. And go ahead, and if you want to come see me, East West Books, May 18th, 19th, or in Portland, May 26th. Come do that. Again, it's on the front page of the website. And we're signing up for our group training. I run 2 groups all the time, pretty much. Small groups, distance learning. We do intuitive mastery, and we have a graduate professional certification too. A lot of people love working. That's the best way to work with me, is in those group trainings. Everybody, I appreciate your being here today. I'm very happy, honored to be with you. I look forward to next time. You've been listening to Ask Sara with Sara Wiseman.
Want more of Ask Sara with Sara Wiseman? Tune in weekly for more divine teachings on living a soul-led life. Want Sara's books, courses, and free gifts? Visit sarawiseman.com.
Ready to learn the secrets of spiritual intuition? Did you know that Sara Wiseman offers over 20 courses in psychic development, soul growth, karma, healing, past lives, and more? And that they're all sliding scale, pay what you want? These premium online courses are self-study, so you can work on your own schedule. Sign up for Sara's courses now at sarawiseman.com. That's SARA Wiseman.com.
Are you a seeker on the path of soul growth? Did you know that Sara Wiseman's new book, Messages from the Divine, Wisdom for the Seeker's Soul, comes with the free Seeker's Guide? This 11-week online course helps you dive deep into the teachings of Sara's new book, and it's Sara's gift to you. Get Messages from the Divine and your free Seeker's Guide now at sarawiseman.com.
Are you an empath, intuitive, sensitive, or seeker who wants to learn more? Do you long to master the secrets of spiritual intuition for personal or professional growth? Would you like to work directly with Sara? Sign up now for Intuition University, Sarah's year-long program in spiritual intuition, where you'll study with a supportive group of kindred souls, just like you. Classes start every semester. Learn how you can become a student of Intuition University at sarawiseman.com.